Lovely. Back at Lovely Hearts Arts Academy, and Michaela's finally here. Last time I came, you were back in America. We've spent most of the week together. I got lent the Santa costume. Amazing, very fun.
The dog stole the ball.
So now that you're finally here and got to meet you, and it's been very nice, maybe you'd like to run through Lovely Hearts Art Academy and the bigger picture. So first of all is tell us about you.
Hi, my name is Michaela. Everyone calls me Love. I am from California, San Diego, in the United States, and I've been traveling back and forth to Cambodia. This is actually my 10th time in the past 7 years, so I would say I like it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Your first time in Cambodia, what was that like?
Yes, my first time was 7 years ago. I actually had taken a 2-country tour, 1 week in Thailand to help the elephants and 1 week in Cambodia to teach English. And I just absolutely fell in love with helping in schools. And at that point, I decided, you know what, let me just continue helping at different schools. So I started helping, I think I've helped at about 13 or 14 NGOs, a few public schools as well. And I just noticed how tremendously helpful all of these schools have been doing to students in Cambodia, but as well as around the world.
Yeah. I thought it might be worth highlighting the great connection you have with the American Khmer community, though. Like, that's impressive. That's really cool.
Oh, thanks so much.
Since been seeing you almost every day since you've been here, the stories you're able to tell, even if it's Khmer Americans or Khamericans, is that right?
Yep.
Americans, there you go. And the stories of them going to America or coming back to Cambodia. So there's a lot happening.
Definitely.
Last time I was here, I was lucky enough to sit down with Sari, who is the co-founder here at Lovely Hearts Academy, which is amazing. How did you meet Sari then?
So I actually met Sari at about 4:15 in the morning at the Anchor Watt ticket booth.
Okay,
I was standing in one line with my mom, touring her to Angkor Wat for the first time, and Sari was in the line next to me with a tour, actually.
Nice.
And it's kind of ironic because I had said, hey, like, we're friends. Do you remember me? And he's like, no, I don't think we've ever met. And so we found out that I had just recognized him because we have so many friends in common. So
nice.
Once we got that little detail out of the way, we became great friends
nice.
in real life.
The biggest thing I love about Sari is he gets my sense of humour. I can do
does.
some sarcasm and he goes, or he just pretends to like it. I don't know. But yeah, very nice guy. Awesome. So you met Sari, and I believe a few years down the line you discussed the potential to help some people here. So what made you choose here in the middle of beautiful rice fields on this almost like an island with a small path? So why here, and what was the idea behind it?
Yeah, I actually, it's interesting, but Sari had actually handmade a school in his own village. So about 3 years after we became official friends, he invited me to his village, and at that point, I was overwhelmed in tears, to be honest, because I saw this very small, it was just one classroom, one school, right? And I'd recognized it. I've seen this school hundreds of times in my dreams. So at that point, I already knew, like, this is somebody that I'm supposed to partner up with on this bigger purpose, this bigger mission. And the best thing that I just absolutely love about him is that, there was no like, hey, let's like change our vision or anything like that. We've always been 1,000,000% on board with each other and just with the vision of Lovely Hearts and just the structure, the details, the future, everything. It's just so natural and so aligned. It's just really incredible and beautiful.
Yeah. He's definitely got that personality that's easy to click with.
Yeah,
as well, right?
definitely.
He's a very positive, comical guy. Yeah, it's awesome. So before you guys built this very nice, sort of like a mini paradise, they're now doing all this gardening stuff like that. What was it before you made this?
This was nothing. It was actually just rice fields. So if you came back here last year and let's say like February last year of 2022, you would have seen a rice field right here. At that point, in around March last year is when we started to build the school. We started to build the campus. That's actually the most miraculous part, I want to say, because Sari and I completely guessed how elevated we needed to make the ground level to protect against monsoon and rainy season. And we just guessed, and it was perfect. So, you know, it's just like the small details like that that have lined up and just been so incredible. And, you know, it's been just so amazing. Just seeing everything like come together one small detail at a time.
Yeah, and there's enough room to show and to progress, to grow. You have enough land in the back here to build another little thing.
Absolutely.
So as time goes on and funding grows, this will be even more of a paradise.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Volunteers, actually, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me do that again. So a lot of this school is actually used with recycled materials. Sari and Love here use as much as they can from the local communities, local workers to be bringing the sand in. Everything is community driven, which is great. When it comes to the children, the kids, the teenagers, how would you find them in the middle of nowhere? How was the assessment process?
So it's kind of interesting. The way that we picked this particular area, Sari had driven in this province pretty often. And one of the first conversations that we had about this is he had picked up a mom, actually one of our students' moms. And she was in the middle of nowhere. She was like just on this big strip of countryside, let's just say. And so he recognized her. And so he turned around and he went back to her. She was walking. And she had told us what happened. And what happened is she was with her husband, I believe. And he had told her to get off the motorbike and he left her. So, you know, when Sari had found her, she was very distraught. She was upset, and you know, she had said, "I need to get back to my house because the children are still there." And she would have had to walk for at least maybe 45 minutes.
Cool. Yeah.
And so he picked her up. He took her to her house. He realized how many children she had, and I think that alone is what started our process, is that one family and just learning how big the need was and keep making it personal, because he's known these some of the families here. So once we started with her family, it was like a chain reaction. You know, oh, there's a school being built, and then there's all these kids that are excited, and you know, it was just this process that just snowballed into 3 villages accepting the help of an NGO and being willing to bring their kids. And you know, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I love it. And I found in the 1 year being here, once you start taking action and doing something positive, that momentum just picks up.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure Lovely Hearts Academy, as well as the other things involved, that momentum's really going to speed up.
And you know, what I want to mention about what you just said, the first few weeks that we started building, we had one of the neighbors. He was back almost every single day with a plant, because you know, he didn't have any money to donate or to contribute, but you know, it's just it just shows how valued this school is to the community. Like with the very little that they have, they're bringing over trees to bring shade for the students. They're bringing over plants, fruit plants. You know, and it's just incredible. Most of these plants were donated by locals that don't have very much. So it's just, you know, it speaks for itself, really.
It's great. I can't wait. As of recording this, it's a couple of weeks away from Christmas. And where we are now, this great bamboo frame. Sari was showing me a picture. I'll put it up. a picture of their last year's Christmas tree made of hay, spray painted, and they had these big fruits. I don't know what they are. Such a blank. But these big fruits hanging. So yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah, there's a lot. It's good. It's good. What are we doing, girls? You're making your hands. Nice. Some chains. Good. With many boxes. Very nice. Good. All good, yeah. And now the eyes. So with 6 months of Lovely Hearts Arts Academy being open, how many students, teenagers, young kids I've seen here, and everyone's very positive and enjoying it. Even when we drive down the road, locals here, very welcoming. It's very nice. So how many students have you got here, and what's the progression been like over the 6 months?
Yes, so right now we have 100 students enrolled, but 60 students attending regularly.
Wow.
So that is 2 out of 3 of our classrooms. As mentioned, we have one classroom that is still hoping to get a sponsorship. And the most important part is we honestly have parents coming like regularly. We just had one of our students' moms come yesterday, and she was begging for her niece and nephew to be able to attend. So I think that one of the struggles right now is having to say no to people in the village who desperately want their family members to be able to attend. But the hardest thing is even though there is sometimes space in some of the 2 classrooms, the level of education, prior education, it would be too unbalanced. So we really have to get that 3rd classroom running for the students with very little education.
Yeah, now I've been fortunate, like for everything I've been doing has been to a one-to-one basis with Khmer sisters. So you don't have that demand of a community. So for you, very hard to have to say no. With the new classroom, and on top of that, you have all these workshops you want to do, right? I believe you told me about an art one, an IT one, in which you already have the computers ready. So
yes, we do.
We just need that teacher, so come. Yeah, many other things, and I believe there might even be a Christmas performance, which would be amazing to see within Siem Reap Centre. So already doing so much within 6 months. How about the progression though?
I'm just absolutely blown away by the progress. When I first came 6 months ago, I was not able to have a conversation with most of the students. I would say there was about maybe 5 students out of the 60 that attend regularly that were able to ask me my name, and that was about it. Even with that, sometimes they wouldn't recognize how I'm responding in English, so I was responding in Khmer. Now, every single student can have a conversation with me, and not just the hey, how's your what's your name, welcome teacher, anything like that. They're asking me how old I am. They're asking me if I have any children. They're asking me what sports I like, what's my favorite color. I'm just absolutely blown away by the progress.
And yesterday when we were playing games over in the corner, one of the students came over, what's your favourite fruit? And naming a few fruits, and not just repeating a question, being able to suggest some answers. Yeah, it was really good. So, Love brought these amazing little shapes to play a game, but some of the students didn't even want to play. They were sat at the other table with their English books, reviewing and wanting to get ready for class. So you can, again, see that enjoyment and that need for them to be educated and stimulated. It's amazing, really nice.
And that's actually something worth mentioning. Most of the students will show up early for school and they will stay during their break. And also our incredible teachers, they show up early to give that extra support to the students. So like this morning I was here early and I want to say there was about 10 students that arrived 45 minutes early, and they were studying, they were eating their breakfast here, they were playing on the trampoline. You can just tell it's just like a safe space. It's a safe campus where they're welcomed, and they just are just absolutely blossoming.
Yeah. That was the main reason in the last video at the end, how I said how I wanted to come back. I would like to be a part of Lovely Hearts NGO here, feeling that energy and enjoyment with the students and the progress that they're making. I think Love and Sari and Lovely Hearts Arts Academy has been lucky with the volunteers as a guitar teacher. I mean, that's amazing, really good. He can teach me.
And you know what? I'm just really impressed because with the guitar workshop, they've only started about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and just the level of focus and just, you know, practicing and everything, their guitar skills are absolutely incredible. I'm just completely impressed. Not only do they know some notes, they know an AC/DC song and just some incredible music and classics that we all know. So it's just really, really awesome.
The motivation in the teacher. So when I was here yesterday, he was saying how he named some of the students and that natural click. They're picking it up, and then he's asking that student to teach the other students. Really good to see. Amazing. Yeah, lovely. So again, it's been amazing for me to be able to join in and see the enjoyment through the children and the progression. What's the next steps? So what do you want to be doing next here at Lovely Hearts and the bigger picture?
Yes, so one thing that we do want to have, we want to have at least 2 to 4 workshops running a month. So although currently we have guitar workshops, which are absolutely incredible and mentioned, we also have creative writing, but we want to have art. We want to have martial arts. We want to have yoga. We want to have traditional Khmer dance. We want to have all of these programs where we're continuing to help our students improve their skills and their knowledge, and as well as focusing on Khmer culture. So that's one thing, and I would like to take you to this area where we plan on building. So what we would like to do is we want this to be a 2-story building. The first level would be right here, and it would be not only a library, but it would be storage and a music room. So we want to have the room padded, especially with our students, just expanding their knowledge and even their singing skills. It's just so incredible. So we would like that to be on the foundation level at the bottom. And then on the second story, we would have an internet cafe, which would be for volunteers, for community members. This might be for someone in the village to come and support. And we would like to have some of our workshops for volunteers. So this might be a cooking Khmer class. This might be a learning how to bead some of the unique items that they have for sale in town. So we're hoping that on the second level, not only will we be able to have an open window for this absolutely amazing place to watch the sunset and sunrise, but also to be able to continue helping the community have resources. So we want to have books available. We would like to have world history. Everything that we can possibly fit in that building, we are ready for it. Definitely. So we just need the right funder. We are assuming that this building, this 2-story building, would be between $10,000 to $12,000. And you know, it's just a small investment when it comes to the bright, beautiful, large investment of all of not only our students, but the community. So if you think about it, these 60 students that are enrolled regularly, they support about 200, there's 200 families around here that are engaging with these students regularly. So even though we're teaching one student or like 2 siblings, they're going home and they're sharing all of this knowledge that they've learned. They're bringing their books home. They're talking about their ABCs. They're talking about this new Christmas song that they learned or whatever it would be. And you know, this isn't just for the students. This is for the whole community.
Yeah, it's really good. I think that because this place, there's always someone here, whether it's Ari, Love, some of the teachers, the idea of a library, that if they're going to go home and do nothing or bring their parents and read a book together, a really good environment in a place like this that really doesn't have anything, as we can see, would be really needed. It would be a great improvement and a good help for the community. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Yes, and we have already had some library books donated. So, and that's just absolutely amazing. Now we just want to continue building that. We want to have this library for everyone. So
It'd be amazing. Lovely. So, thank you, Love. I see some of the kids actually leaving. Should we go say goodbye?
sure.
Let's see them on the bikes. I think this is cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Gonna say goodbye, Si?
Bye. See you later. High five. See you tomorrow.